we have to start with tripod, and tripod stands for transparent reporting of a multivariable prediction model for individual prognosis or diagnosis. Means there are various prediction models which are designed to diagnose a disease or to prognose a disease, and these prediction models, they work on various on certain variables. Okay, suppose for example, if a person has certain symptoms of a disease, and that individual or the patient will be diagnosed. Okay, and from that diagnosis the disease will be detected, so that is known as diagnostic model. Okay, so certain variables we'll see, and on the basis of that, like for example, if any person who is suffering from liver infection, so we will see the SGPT, SGOT. Okay, so these are the two variables which were studied to see that whether the person is having any liver infection or not. Then next is the prognosis. Okay, so in prognosis model, what is done? The patients, they are recruited. Currently, they are at a disease-free state. Then a certain test or that is performed, and then it is detected that that particular patient has a tendency to develop a disease in future. So that is known as a prognosis. So there are two types of prediction model in which we study multiple variables. So that's why it is named as multivariable prediction model, which is known as for used for prognosis or diagnosis. So sometimes the studies, they are designed like in which we study about both the prognosis or diagnosis, and sometimes the studies which are designed in which we only study about the diagnosis or prognosis. Okay, so hence for reporting such type of studies, tripod guidelines are used, and tripod stands for transparent reporting of a multivariable prediction model for individual prognosis or diagnosis. Okay, so first thing which is written is the title, and in title it is identified that whether the study is a study related to developing a multivariable prediction model or validating a multivariable prediction model. For the target population, you have to mention that on what target population the study will be done and what is the outcome which is to be predicted. Then after that, you have to write the abstract. So abstract will be written in a structured manner where you have to write the objective about the study design, setting where the study will be done, information about the participants, sample size, predictors, outcome, statistical analysis, results, and conclusion. Then after that, you have to write the introduction. So introduction, same, you have to write background and objective. So like what is the background behind doing the study and what is the objective of doing the study. So you have to explain what is a medical context, including whether it is diagnostic or prognostic, and what is the rationale which is used in developing or validating the multiple prediction model, and then what is the hypothesis or what is the objective of doing this study. Then after that, you have to write about the method. So from where the data, so first you have to write about the data, from where the data is collected. Then you have to write about the participant, including the start date of accrual and end of accrual. So start of accrual and end of accrual means the date when the patient were recruited in the study and the date when the patient recruitment has been ended. So that is the patient, that is the start of accrual and end of accrual. And then what is the date when the follow-up also ended. Then after that, you have to write about the participants, like what is the inclusion and exclusion criteria, like what is the eligibility of the participants to participate in the study, where the data was collected. Then after that, you have to write about the outcome, like how the outcome will be predicted, how the outcome will be assessed. Then about the predictors. So what are the variables, what are the predictors which are being studied to diagnose or to prognose a disease? Then what is the sample size and how that sample size is calculated? So that information is available from the statistical analysis plan. How the missing data will be handled. Then what are the statistical methods which are used for analyzing the study? If there is any software which is used, then the name of the software should also be mentioned. Then you have to write about the results. Okay, so in the results, first you have to describe the flow of participants. So as we used to describe in the other studies, like in the consort and all, so in the same way you will describe what is the flow of participants. Then how the model is developed. So you have to specify that what are the number of participants and what are the outcome events in each analysis. Okay. Then what is the model specification? So present the full description model to allow the prediction of the individual variables. Okay. So this all is done. This all is calculated statistically. What is the model performance? How the model performance is predicted. So about that also you have to mention. Then after that, in the discussion part, you have to write about the limitation, interpretation, and what is the future implication of the study. And then the additional information, if there is any additional information. So that additional information also you have to include. Okay. So this is how you will report the diagnostic or prognostic studies which are done.